This YouTube Shorts channel skyrocketed to 600,000 subscribers and racked up 215 million views, all by posting videos that are 100% AI generated. But what's even crazier, they've only uploaded 11 videos total, meaning they're averaging 20 million views per video. So today, I'll walk you through exactly how to replicate their strategy and create similar videos so you can take advantage of this trend while it's still hot. But wait, everyone says you can't make real money from shorts. That's exactly why a lot of people still believe that myth. But the truth? YouTube launched a program about 2 years ago that pays shorts creators up to 60 cents per 1,000 views. Even if we assume an RPM much lower than that, this channel has still pulled in at least $13,000 from just 11 AI generated videos. And the crazy part, anyone who knows what they're doing can recreate this. Alright, let's break it down step by step. The first step to getting results like this is choosing a good niche. And for this tutorial, I'm going to show you one that's already proven to work. The animals fighting each other niche. This is the exact niche that helped this channel blow up. Their videos feature two animals battling each other, and the winner moves on to the next fight, creating an ongoing series that keeps viewers hooked. And they're not the only ones doing this. Before making the actual video, the first thing you need is a solid idea. Since we're already working with the animal battle theme, I went over to the reference channel and studied their most popular videos, looking at which animals were featured and how many battles each video included. Using that information, I asked ChatGPT to generate 5 fights between these animals and to pick a winner for each match. To make sure ChatGPT fully understands the format and gives us the same structured output as the viral videos, I also included an example battle. Now, here's something important. If you don't want ChatGPT to write a full script, since we won't be using a voiceover, make sure to specify that in your prompt. Once everything looks good, hit generate and ChatGPT will create exactly what we need. If you want to use the same prompt I did, I'll leave it in the description. Now that our video structure is ready, it's time to start creating the actual visuals that will be shown. Looking at the reference channel's content, their videos always have a close-up of each animal, a battle scene where they face off, and a final image clearly showing the winner. So the first step is to create high-quality close-up images of each animal. There are a ton of AI image generators you can use for this, but my personal favorite is Leonardo AI, which I'll link in the description. The reason I recommend Leonardo AI is that the results are consistently high quality, especially if you use a specific trick I discovered a while back. Oh, and the best part, it's completely free to use. Before we can start generating images, we need the right prompts. Manually writing each one for every animal would take way too long, so instead, we'll use ChatGPT to do the work for us. Go back to ChatGPT and type in a request like this, asking it to generate prompts that can be used in Leonardo AI to create close-up images of each animal. The goal here is to make the animals look as scary and intimidating as possible. So we're telling ChatGPT to generate a separate text prompt for each one. Within seconds, it'll give you highly detailed prompts that are far better than anything you could come up with manually. Now, to actually create the images, head over to Leonardo AI and sign up for a free account using your email. To make things easier, I've included links to all the tools I'm using in the description. Once you're in, Leonardo AI provides 150 free credits daily, which should be more than enough so you don't need a paid subscription. Now, when you land on the main page, click the big button in the center that says Image Creation to get started. Paste your prompt into the text box, and Leonardo AI will generate an image based on it. But before you hit generate, you need to make sure the settings are correct. Otherwise, the results might come out looking pretty weird. The reference channel we looked at earlier used visuals that appeared very realistic, so to achieve the same style, set the preset to Cinematic Keynote. You can also use lifelike vision if you prefer. Now, if you remember the intro of the reference video, it starts with 2 images of the animals facing off, with a small text box in between that says verse. For both images to fit on the screen properly, set the image dimensions to 1:1. Once the settings are in place, click generate to create the first image. Give it a few seconds, and Leonardo will generate an image in the exact same style as the reference video. Then, go back to ChatGPT, generate the second prompt, and repeat the process until you've created all the images. At this point, all the images are ready, and as you can see, they turned out really well. But if I had to guess, I'd say these alone won't be the key to making our video go viral. What we still need are dynamic images of the animals actually fighting each other. And since manually writing prompts for that is extremely difficult, we'll need another approach. After a lot of trial and error, I finally figured out a different method in ChatGPT that actually works. This method generates prompts that, when used in Leonardo AI, produce the exact type of images we need. Basically, we're asking ChatGPT to create a detailed image prompt for each fight, which we can then use in Leonardo. If you look at the reference channel, you'll notice they always use images where the winning animal is positioned on top of the losing one. To replicate that, you need to tell ChatGPT to generate a prompt where the winner of each fight is standing over the loser. To make sure it fully understands the request, I also included an example like a lion standing on top of the defeated elephant. Adding in examples helps ChatGPT grasp exactly what you're looking for. You can come up with your own examples you like, and if you want to use the same prompt I did, I'll leave it in the description. Once you hit generate, ChatGPT will give you a detailed prompt for each fight, ready to be used in Leonardo, but this time, we're going to generate the images a little differently. I originally tried using the same method as before, but for some reason, Leonardo didn't understand the prompts and ended up creating completely unusable images. But then, I noticed that Leonardo had just introduced a brand new feature called flow state. After doing some research, I found out that this feature allows the AI to be more creative. So I decided to give it a shot, and the results were nearly perfect. For some reason, using flow state made Leonardo understand the prompts way better, and the final images came out almost exactly as we needed them to. To access this feature, just head over to Leonardo homepage and click the button that says try flow state. The process is pretty similar to how we did it before, but now you have a few extra settings to play around with, like lighting, color, and camera type. Before messing with those, make sure to set the image dimensions to 916. That way, the images will fit the full screen. Just like in the reference video, there's no single correct setting to use here, but if you're aiming for a more realistic look, I recommend setting the vibe to Pro Photo. The other settings are up to you, but I switched them up to add some variation. Now, just paste in the first prompt from ChatGPT and hit generate. As you'll see, the style is almost identical to the one in the viral video that hit 90 million views. Just repeat this process for all the other prompts and you're good to go. Alright, now that we've got all the visuals ready, both the close-ups and the fight scenes, it's time to move on to the next step, editing them together. I know this might seem complicated, but honestly, it's super simple. I'll be doing all the editing in CapCut for free, so if you want to save money, I suggest using it too. Once you've installed it, open CapCut, import all the visuals. Start by adding 2 close-up images of the animals from the first fight. If you're unsure which animals go first, just check ChatGPT. It generated all the matchups earlier. Now, just resize the images so that each one covers half of the screen. Once it looks something like this, it's time to add the images of those 2 animals fighting, just like this. You don't need to do much with this one for now. To keep this video from being hours long, I'll skip ahead and show you the finished visuals. Alright, all done. As you can see, I've now added all the visuals exactly like the viral video we're replicating, but we're not quite finished yet. Right now, the cuts between images look rough, so to make the transition smoother, we'll add some effects. Click on this button at the top to open a library of pre-made transitions you can choose from. You can pick whatever style fits your video, but I personally like this one. I'll just drag the transition between the first 2 clips and apply it throughout the entire video, making everything more engaging to watch. Now, at this point, most people think they're done, but if you paid attention to the reference video, you'll notice their images weren't static. They had subtle movement, which made the video feel more dynamic and alive. This movement helps keep viewers engaged, increasing retention and watch time, 2 of the most important metrics for going viral. Now, I know this might seem complicated, but you don't need any animation experience to do it yourself. CapCut actually has built-in effects that make this super easy. To add these, just click on the effects button in the top right. Here, you'll find hundreds of pre-made animations that can bring your video to life. I searched around for a while and came across this wobbling effect that makes it look like the screen is floating. When I first tried it, it felt way too extreme, so I tweaked the settings a bit until I got something that looked just right. Now, before we wrap up the editing, there's one last step, adding music. A lot of people overlook this, thinking it won't make much of a difference, but the truth is, the right song can be the difference between 1,000 views and 10 million. Manually searching for songs on YouTube can be a huge hassle, so the best way to find the perfect track is through Epidemic Sound. They have over 50,000 royalty-free songs, meaning you can use them without worrying about copyright strikes. Finding the right song is also super easy, since everything is categorized by theme, mood, and genre. For this video, I'm looking for something with a strong beat to keep the energy high, so to find a track like that, I'm just gonna open up the beat category and pick a song that fits the vibe. Once you've found the right track, just click this button to download it to your computer. After searching for a bit, I landed on a solid beat, which I've now added to the timeline in CapCut. Oh, and here's a small bonus trick that makes a huge difference, matching your cuts to the beat of the song. Every time the bass hits, you make a cut. To do this, just adjust the length of your clips so that each cut lands perfectly on the beat. This is one of the most underrated tricks out there, and I hardly ever hear people talk about it, but pretty much all top creators use it. So yeah, once you've synced everything to the beat, the final step is to export your video. Just make sure you set it to 1080p and 60 frames per second, and that's it. You're done. You've just created your first ever AI generated short, and that's a huge milestone, bigger than you might realize. This is exactly how people start making tens of thousands of dollars online. And if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most. I'll leave you with one simple truth. The key to success is consistency. That's it for this video. See you soon.